Mr. Ron Stewart, you're up, my friend. Please make sure
Okay.
everyone is muted so that this way Ron isn't interrupted. You have 10 minutes, my friend.
Can everybody see the slideshow?
Yes.
Yes.
Trying to get it to start. Okay, there we go. My life is nothing but for the lack of a better word, I have the best life in the world. I don't live the type of life that most people live. I do everything with, and I'm reading it, I do everything with a good heart. I expect nothing in return. And if you do that, you will never be disappointed. If I see an elderly man crossing a parking lot and they need help, I'm going over there to help. That's who Ron Stewart is. But that's not going to help you guys. How do I get this slide to show?
Hit enter on your keyboard.
There we go. All right, so my name is Ron Stewart. I'm a mortgage broker. People know me as the mortgage go-to guy. I don't expect anybody to give me any referrals or do anything for me unless you know who I am and that you can trust me. I've been doing this for a long time, and what I want to share with you today in this short 10-minute period, which is never enough time, that's why we need to do one-on-one, that most people applying for a mortgage, whether it's a reverse mortgage, to buy a house, to refinance a house, 50% of people right now are being turned away by the banks, even their own banks that they deal with. What makes me different is I'm an underwriter. I'm going to explain what that is toward the end, but I need for you to get to know who I am right now. This lovely lady is my wife. 32 years, Sherry and I have been married. We've been through a lot of really good times, and we've been through some bad times. She is my rock. She's the one that pushed me back into place when things aren't going the way I want them to. I've had my shares of ups and downs. I'm going to let everybody know, heart is on my sleeve. I'm a 3-time cancer survivor. Can't believe I'm saying 3 times, but 3-time cancer survivor. And if it were not for my wife and for the rest of my family, I think I may have given up. Battling cancer over and over again takes a big toll on you. You see my looks on my face? I'm only 18 years old. I shouldn't look 18. I'm only kidding. So I've been living in Mayapack for 59 years. Stephanie's boss, I taught how to swim. So I go back a long time. Some of the things that I like to do with my wife, we like to go to beaches. We like to travel. We love our grandchildren. We love our children. Now I'm going to talk about my family real quick. This is my oldest daughter, Courtney. She's my second rock. When my wife is not there for me, I can go to my daughter. She's my wing. This is Courtney's family. So she's married. This is the husband, Nico. My granddaughter, Mia, is on Nico's shoulders. My other granddaughter, Luna, is on the hips, but you can't really see their faces. So this is a better picture of them. So Mia is going to be 2.5 next month. Luna just turned 4 months old. If I could go back in time and not have regular children, biological children, I would only want to have grandchildren. If you have grandchildren, you understand what I mean. This is my son, Matthew. He's what we call my mini-me. He lives up in Buffalo with his fiancee, Randy, and they are getting married this November. So I'm going to have to start looking for a sub to cover for me in November. All right, now I'm going to talk to you about Lucy. Lucy is my wife and I's other daughter. She made me promise that I would not put a picture of her alone on the screen. So I have a picture of the two of us on my motorcycle. We're actually riding, and that is her. She's a happy kid. 7 years ago, Lucy came into our lives. We became emergency foster parents to a 5.5-year-old girl that was about to be institutionalized. If I think I had a rough life, I had nothing. She had the worst life. We took her in. We did the best we can. We ended up adopting her a year later. So she is truly the love of my life. She's also the pain in my life. This girl goes through a lot of headaches with her issues. She's a special needs child. But my wife and I dedicated our lives to giving this girl the best life she can possibly have and hoping that she continues to grow at a great pace. I love this kid. If you ever want to meet a kid that can put a smile on your face, that's Lucy. And as Stephanie said, I'm also a dad to 2 dogs. If anybody's ever seen the Game of Thrones, your 2 sisters named Arya and Sansa. That's who we named these dogs after. Technically, the black dog is Arya. She is a service dog. Sansa, the blonde one, she failed training school, so, but we still love her. All right, now we can get on to the meat and potatoes so people get to know me. I know I don't have that much more time. So what makes me different? Oh, I forgot to share some other things. What people don't know about me is my whole life was dedicated to finding what my destiny is. That's what it is. Lucy is my destiny. I truly believe that. But I was also an accomplished athlete. And when people hear my story about my failure as an athlete, people say, I feel bad, this happened. I got further along in sport than 99% of the population. I was on the U.S. Olympic ski team for the 1980 Olympics. I got hurt, but it didn't stop me from living. So I keep going, I keep moving forward. Now, as far as the business, I'm a master underwriter. And what that means is I went through various training programs to learn how to navigate through sticky situations and good situations, bad situations, all situations, how to put together a loan for somebody, whether they have good credit or bad credit. My job is not to do what a regular mortgage banker or mortgage broker does, just take the information, put it together and throw it to the bank and see what happens. I am the bank. I sign off on everything. Then I send it to the bank that's going to give us the money, and then they go forward. If anybody in this chapter has ever done business with me, and there are some people that have, they will see that from the time they start an application with me to the time we have an approval is typically within 48 hours. And we're waiting to close. That's how I want it to be. It's not about getting the approval, it's getting to the closing. I do everything. You don't have income, I have loans for that. If you do have income, but you don't have great credit, I have loans for that too. So I have a client right now who's 66 years old who wants to buy a home. We're going to do a reverse mortgage. He's going to put 50% down and never have another mortgage payment again. How great is that? So let's do a face-to-face or one-on-one, whatever you want to call it, because this 10-minute showcase, it's just me talking. It's not getting to know me. You're just getting a little bio about me. So we need to do a face-to-face so people who get to know who I am. And for those people who have worked with me, share your experiences with everybody else in the chapter, because that's the only way people are going to really learn to trust me. All right. So I think I still have some time left, right?
You have probably 30 seconds.
Okay. So my information is in the chat, and my job is to help everybody. I'm not in this business for the sole purpose of earning an income. I'm in this business to help other people. So the more people you help and help them get what they want, the more you will get in life. So thank you for listening to me babble for 10 minutes. I appreciate it. If anybody has any questions, I'm here.
Thank you, Ron. If you could stop sharing and we can go to questions, I would appreciate it.
All right, how do I stop to share? Oh, stop share right there.
There you
There we
go.
go.
So if anybody has any questions for Ron, please raise your virtual hand and ask your question. Maria Casada has a question. Go ahead.
I actually, it's not a question. I just want to give a feedback of Ron. I did a face-to-face with him a couple of times, and I never see a guy who is so honest and transparent like him. I really, really, really love you, Ronald, and I highly recommend every time that somebody's asking for buying a house or thinking about house, I said, I have the contact for you and I share your number. If they don't call you, it's because they're stupid, right? But I always remember you because I really love your story and I really love the fact that you have experience of what you do and how you do it. So thank you so much for this beautiful presentation.
Thank you.
Thanks,
And by the
Maria.
way, this means thank you in sign language.
Yes, Stacy, go ahead.
Ooh, that was incredible. I mean, Ron, you talked about your life, your family, and then you say, what makes me different? I mean, God, you're already, you already are so different. You're an incredible soul. And you said you wear your heart on your sleeve. I can feel every beat of it coming out of you. You're so kind. And I would have total faith that you would take such good care of me or anybody else that I send to you. So thank you for being you.
Thank you, Stacy. Keisha.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I could personally recommend Ron. Him, he's my lender of choice.
Awesome. Keisha, you're cutting out right now, but we'll get back to you. Ron, you are an amazing friend. You are truly an inspiration to everyone in this room.
Has
And
come back with glowing, glowing.
All right. Keisha is gloating over you, but she's cutting in and out like as if she's underwater right now. So, Lucille, you have
Sorry.
something to say?
Yeah, just real quick about Ron, just to tell you the type of person that he is. So you guys know at the events and our get-togethers, I'm always doing the aroma touch hand technique. And Ron, he's the first one that ever asked me, has anyone ever done it for you? So that's just the type of person that he is. Always thinking of other people and making sure that they're being taken care of.
That's awesome. Yeah, he's a great, great guy. And if you guys have not had a face-to-face with Ron, you definitely need, what an amazing inspirational story he has and he continues to have. So thank you, Ron. Thank you for all that you do for so many. And thank you for being an inspiration to us all.
Well, I want to thank you all, special thanks to you, Stephanie. There's been, as you know, a lot of stress in my life with, battling with cancer and with my daughter, Lucy, and you're always there for me. Just like everybody else is, you're always there for me. And, that means a lot to me. So,
well, listen, we don't just do business here together, people, right? This is a true testament that we do life together. So, this isn't like any other networking group. We have each other's back. And that's not just professionally, but personally too. So just remember, it takes nothing to check on someone and to share a smile or just check in with them and make sure they're okay. So please be sure that you guys are doing that when you can. Oh, I forgot to stop recording.